Does a nation exist because of its people, or do people exist because of a nation? This was a cynical question posed by Lee Wan-ik in the drama Mr. Sunshine. He wasn't just a villain, he was a symbol of betrayal. But as cold-blooded as he was on screen, the real history contains a villain whose actions were even more calculated and devastating. To understand the tragedy of early 20th century Korea, we must look at the men who held a pen that signed away a nation's soul. Today, we dive deeper into the life of Lee Wan-yong and the group known as the 5 Eulsa Traitors. Lee Wan-yong was not a born villain. In fact, he was a brilliant man. He was one of the top scholars of his time, fluent in English, and a favored diplomat who represented Korea in Washington, D.C. He was a leader of the Independence Club, advocating for modern, sovereign Korea. So, what changed? The answer is power. After Japan defeated Russia in 1905, Lee Wan-yong realized where the wind was blowing. He didn't just adapt. He became the most enthusiastic supporter of the Japanese Empire. He believed that to survive, he had to be on the side of the colonizer. Imagine the night of November 17th, 1905. The palace was surrounded by Japanese bayonets. Inside Swokian, Ito Hirobumi was threatening the Korean cabinet. He demanded they sign the Eulsa Treaty, which would hand over Korea's diplomatic rights to Japan. There were those who wept and those who refused. But the 5 Eulsa Traitors saw an opportunity. Lee Wan-yong stood up and persuaded the others, saying, "It is better to cooperate and survive than to resist and perish." With those words, he signed the death warrant of a 500-year-old dynasty. Historians call it a ghost treaty because Emperor Gojong never signed it. It was an illegal act of robbery, facilitated by the very men who were supposed to protect the king and the people. What did they get in return? While the Korean people were stripped of their identity, the traitors lived in unthinkable luxury. Lee Wan-yong was granted the title of Count and later Marquis by the Japanese emperor. He was given millions in gift money. By the time of his death, Lee Wan-yong was the second-largest landowner in the entire Korean peninsula. His wealth was built on the blood of the righteous army members who were being hunted down in the mountains. The injustice didn't end in 1945. For decades, the descendants of these traitors used their inherited wealth and education to remain in the upper class of Korean society. Some even sued the government to get their land back, claiming it was private property. This remains one of the most painful unhealed wounds in Korean history. In the drama Mr. Sunshine, the protagonists die, but their spirits live on. In real history, the traitors lived long, wealthy lives, but their names became curses. Today, Lee Wan-yong is the most insulted name in Korea. History asks us, is it better to live as a well-fed slave or to die as a free person? The 5 traitors chose the former. In our next and final episode, we will meet those who chose the latter, the nameless heroes of the righteous army. Thank you for watching the Korea Files. Please leave your thoughts in the comments. Should history forgive those who claim they had no choice?